So I think there's some cost deviation or price deviation. A little bit has to do with the contractor not necessarily understanding or knowing all the line items to put in, or even, making the changes when they need to. Some of it comes from not necessarily having the resources to be able to see what those prices are in a market. So it could be one of the estimating softwares, or it could be just the contractor themselves not looking up the pricing of a material or whatever it may be that they need to charge for. So it's a little bit of both. There are contractors that are on TPA work, they can't deviate from the price. There's also contractors that might make their own pricing. Both of them might net 10%. So there's a question as to, is it really making a difference if I change my pricing? I think there is, because what I did when I increased my pricing is I actually paid people more. We increased our overhead because we increased the benefits that we were providing for our people. I think there's a little bit of give and take. When you increase the price, you're also going to do more with that. Now, I can't speak for all companies and why the net profit might be the same despite creating their own price list or not. We did see increased margins. So the pricing will actually increase it, in my opinion, with ours, maybe only, 4 or 5 points. But where I see a bigger issue is with the scope of work, if people are actually putting in all the line items that they need to. I think there is a lot of line items that a contractor needs to know to be able to make a profitable estimate. And if they're forgetting those things, that could be pretty detrimental to the bottom line. Pricing certainly has its role in how much we're making and the margins that we can make. Certainly scope and having all the right line items in your estimate will be very critical. If you feel like your pricing is correct and you have all the line items in there, you may still be dealing with rules that an insurance company is imposing on you. So that's something that you're going to have to figure out by having the right documentation. Do you have an authoritative body that you're quoting within your estimate, or on an email, or on the phone with an adjuster or customer? And that's really going to help you get by those rules that they are imposing on you. I do see estimators making mistakes on estimates, and with all the classes that I've taught and having my own estimating company and my own restoration company, what I see the most is they forget to put in line items, or they don't check the budget. Like if they're going to put in some flooring or some trim, did they have the right quantity? Did they check the price of what they're going to be purchasing? And if they don't do that, and they end up allowing the customer to buy something that is a lot higher than what they budgeted, or don't keep track of those things, then they're certainly going to have a bad margin on that job. One of the other things I see is they're not reviewing their estimate. Real down and dirty way of making sure that your estimate is correct is by looking at the components report. Most contractors outside of this industry do a takeoff. And if you're doing a takeoff, this is how many sheets, how many gallons, how many hours. If you're doing that for your project and budgeting it correctly, and you look at your estimate, and if your estimate is not matching in the components report, then you know that your estimate isn't good enough. And so go back to the drawing board, make sure you have the right line items, and you'll be all right. I think it's become a lot easier to give the feedback. Many people think that the only way of doing the feedback is by making an estimate, uploading it, and that's not the case anymore. Like, there's other options available where you can go to the software, give them the feedback by email, by phone call, whatever it may be, and make sure you have the documentation. Do you have an invoice where you actually charged these rates and it got paid for? Do you have a subcontractor, maybe 5 subcontractors in your area that do painting, and their hourly rate is whatever it is per hour, and that's higher than the software is stating? So provide the phone number and the name of the company, and they'll do the survey and it'll get there. Now, some people don't think that it's their job to have to do that for the software company. Maybe. I find it a lot easier to deal with an adjuster when there's differences on price, when the estimating software has a correct price in there, very similar to what I have, than trying to start from a spot where they're 10-15% apart. That's just too difficult to do. So if I can get that estimating software to be that much more accurate with very little effort, That's what I'm going to be doing to be successful.